This is Tramp Scotty. Believe it or not, we're in the French Quarter of New Orleans here. I've come here to see an old friend of mine, Bibi St. Rome, and she's really kind of an eccentric and unusual character. Her history is pretty far out, man. For 20 years, she worked with a film crew that made documentaries, and she wasn't even in this country for that 20 years, hardly at all. And at one point, they made a documentary about Mother Teresa, and they followed her around the world for 2 years. It's a good documentary. I've seen it. After that was over, she became Dr. John's road manager for 10 years. So for 30 years, she wasn't really even in this country. And when she came and settled in New Orleans, when all that was done, I think she was very influenced by Mother Teresa, and although she's not like no saint. You know what I mean? She don't think like no saint. But and Dr. John as well. She said something about Dr. John. He's a very famous musician from here. You've heard his music. If you was to Google him, you'd know who he was. He's an old guy. And but she said they'd go into a restaurant and the food would be great, and he'd want to talk to the cook, not the manager. Or the owner. He saw all people as equal. But when she came back here and settled here in the French Quarter of New Orleans, she began to do a lot of work with the homeless. And the police station, I think they kind of made her a position for her. And she works with the homeless, and she's in her early 70s. She's probably the most she's the most altruistic person I've ever known. She spends almost all of her time doing altruistic work. On the freeze nights out here, when the missions keep their doors open to even the drunks so that nobody freezes to death, she'll be out till 3 in the morning, pulling people out from under the bridges and taking them to the missions. She does all this stuff for all these people. So many of the people around here tell me how much they've helped her. Some have told me they've saved her life. And I've never heard anybody like that. But anyways, what's happening is she generally drives a company vehicle, and she doesn't stray that far. But these are her vehicles behind me. That old International 1960-something, whatever it is. And her motorcycle. And what happens is her motorcycle breaks down, needs something, and it sits here until the next time I show up. And last year it had a gas leak, and I thought I fixed it, but I guess I didn't, and it's been sitting here the whole time. And this year on my way through New Orleans, I told her I'd fix it so that she could have some wheels. It's a nice little bike. And so we'll see more on her, because I'm going to film a little bit of her house and her bird, and she's very eccentric. She dances to the tune of nobody else's drummer. I ain't kidding you. We're in the police station in the French Quarter with Bibi St. Rome, and we've got cops behind us. And you know, I invited a guy to come down here and help with that tree last time, put up the Christmas tree out front. Yeah. And you know what he told me? I said, yeah, we're going down to the police station, and they put up this tree for the kids. It's this thing they have going on. You know, the guy said to me, he said, I would go, he said, but I wouldn't feel safe. I swear to God, as they tell me at the police station. Oh, here we are. I always thought this was interesting. In the police station, they have to chain the chairs down to keep the cops from stealing them and taking them somewhere else. I just find that funny. These are the t-shirts. You can come right through the police station door, buy t-shirts right here from Bibi's store, which actually is what funds the majority of the police station these days. Bibi's homeless assistance bus. Right. Wasn't that a church group bought you this thing?
Yes, Baptist Community Ministries. They paid for it.
They bought this thing for you to work with people with?
$30,000.
We're going to go for a little ride in this thing. She's putting me in the paddy wagon. Right. And we're going to go out and do police work. Of course, she's really just helps people. She don't even have a gun. Got a lot of stuff, but no gun. A lot of stuff on your belt.
That's right.
No gun.
Right here.
You're killing with your kindness. I got to get in here. All right. We are riding through New Orleans in the police van. I got my cop driver. My cop. Can I call you James? We're not doing anything big today. We're just running a few little errands. We are on Burgundy Street. It's probably 11 o'clock a.m. And so it's not too crowded here. I mean, there's always some action going on. And this is what it looks like. Funny thing, This little Irish bar right here on the corner turns into a black bar after like 10 o'clock at night, and it is so noisy. This here's BB's house. You can see that nice roof somebody did. Slate with custom copper. Actually, I insulated it first. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go take just a little tour and meet Aiko. Okay, here we're gonna go in through the gate. And this brings us to the backyard, which ain't too big. There ain't a whole lot of room here. All this bamboo growing. Baby's quite the rat packer. She borderlines on a hoarder, actually. This place in the back, I roofed it too. An old friend of hers, Sook, lives there. And she keeps this bicycle here for me. Actually, she bought it for me last year. She got it cheap. So, because getting around the French Quarter is best done on a bicycle. So this is our backyard. Her backyard. She has this one cockatoo. I don't like him. He makes a lot of noise. He's kind of an idiot. And we go inside. It's just a little house. Aiko here lives in the kitchen. And she works the door here. Here we got baby with Aiko.
Yeah, it's my baby. Huh? Aiko.
Will she hang with me?
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see if she'll do it. You ain't gonna come with me, honey?
Aww.
Oops.
You love him, don't you? Oh,
Yeah,
all
well,
the women love Scotty.
she won't get on my finger though.
Sure she will.
She don't want to.
Yeah.
She don't want to right
I'm gonna
now.
get you the demo. Yeah.
See?
Uh-oh.
She don't want to get on there.
Oh.
She's getting grumpy in her old age. Have you noticed that? This time she's grumpier than she used to be. She's not so attentive. She's going to sit on her imaginary egg all the time.
Yeah, because she's not in heat right now because she thinks she has an egg.
Helping save the world one homeless person at a time. One person at a time. Actually, ain't always homeless. And then Reggie, who gone blind.
Yeah, Reggie, he went to live with his family.
How's he
So
doing
he's
with
good.
that? He went blind like quick, didn't he?
Yeah, within a few months.
He was a young guy too. Well, he wasn't that old.
Diabetes.
And he'd been a car builder.
Yeah, he was a bricklayer by trade, but he loved racing cars.
Right.
He knew everything about Corvette engines and everything.
And he built them himself. I
Oh
remember
yeah,
that.
he had sometimes 15 cars all souped up. They'd
And I-
ride on the back roads in New Orleans.
And I think then there was that guy that I remember who had the heart attack. And he had something, and he didn't remember nothing. He had no memory.
Yeah.
Somehow you found out who his neighbor. He might have had a neighbor. We went and talked to the neighbor.
Oh,
You took me
yeah.
to a shitty ass neighborhood. I'm riding in your little truck, and you're dressed up like a cop. And these guys and black guys there, they're looking at me. I'm like, I'm not a cop, dude. I'm sitting in there in my plain clothes, is like narc. Guy must be a narc. You're trying to help some dude.
Right. You think
You figure out the worst neighborhood in New Orleans you could take me into.
right?
Hi, honey. Why are you saying bye-bye? You want to go away? All right, baby.
Bye-bye.
She went back to work the window. She works in the window.
That's right.
She works the people coming by and they give her tips. Look at that. And they've given her tips.
Tips. More tips. See? Yeah. What are you doing?
She's working the door.
Working the door?
You're working the door.
And she just says hi to everybody. And so these people would slide money under the door. And she'd chew it up. So, while I was here doing the roof on this house, I said, hey, why don't we put a metal box in there with a slot. I cut a slot in the door and see what kind of money she makes. She's been doing pretty good, huh?
Yeah. Over $1,000 a year.
Yeah, she pulled in all $1,100 last year, didn't she?
Yeah.
She pulled in like $1,100, so she's paying for herself. And there's not a sign that says donate to the bird. But if they want to put money through the door, why the hell let the bird chew it up? That makes no sense at all. Hanging around BB's kitchen in the morning, drinking coffee. You don't look like a cop today.
No, that's right. Nope. It's the other side of BB.
You are the funkiest looking cop, I swear to God. Bunch of bird. She was singing before.
Probably the best is play her song, Iko. Iko,
And Bird was named after this Dr. John song.
Iko.
We're sitting around our pajamas this morning.
Hey now. Hey now. Yeah, right on cue.
Here we see BB in her personal life. Not out saving the world.
Yeah, that's right. Taking a break.
Day off. Well, you're going to work this afternoon, I'll bet.
Oh, it's fun. Oh, it's plenty to do. It's always
You
a
know
lot of
what?
things I want to do, but now I can do them because I want to do them, not because I have to do them.
Because you're retired, kind of.
Sort of.
Supposed to be, but you're not, even though you go to work.
That's right.
She retired to get a pension, get the pension going, and then less hours. Same job, volunteer, less hours.
Right. Yeah. That's
Right. But still want to do the job. Working with the homeless?
That's right. I spent 15 years building up this homeless unit, so can't just let it go, but just slowly transition it over.
I think you'd like it anyway.
Of course. Oh, it's so rewarding. The people really appreciate the help.
Yeah, I saw that guy in the Home Depot last night. He wouldn't let us. We had to buy some stuff there for the station. Bought a shelf, big box, and he wouldn't let you push it.
I told him I couldn't pay him. He says, "Oh no, he felt he owed it to me for all I've done."
Oh, he wasn't gonna let. He was all kind of, oh, thank you, and wasn't gonna let you push. I see that shit around here all the time with you.
Yeah, I know. I get it everywhere. And it's really beautiful. It's really meaningful to have inspired people in such a way that they're appreciative and carry on and get things done in their lives.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of the people in the streets. They like want to stand in your fucking aura. It's like, oh, baby, it's you. I can't believe it's really you. Can I stand in your aura? Anything I can do for you? But she does so much for so many people that when I get here, I don't want her to not have her motorcycle running. And so I'm going to fix the fucking thing, regardless of what I have to do. And I got it. I think I've got it. I came here to fix BB's bike. Because that and this Land Rover is her two vehicles. And this one here has some issues at the moment. So I fixed the motorcycle. And that little sucker runs like a dream. We're on BB's little motorcycle. I don't know if you can see it. It's the one I fixed. Yay. We're going to ride through the French Quarter just a little bit. We ain't going down Bourbon. I'm going to let her film for a minute. Going through the French Quarter where the traffic is great. So we're just going to like go around. We're going for a ride today, just a little ride. She's got a day off of work.
See all the old French Quarter buildings?
Which road should I take? I'm gonna take this one on the right. It's a little bit shorter, isn't it? Haven't we done this before?
Yes, we did a great film years ago. Because we went down Bourbon Street.
We went down Bourbon Street then.
Now we're going to Decatur. We'll be passing the House of Blues.
So I'm told
Local landmarks.
when the French left out of Canada, I think they had to run out of Canada, didn't they? Came down the Mississippi, settled here. This was the highest ground, right?
Right.
So they built here. And then the Irish moved in over there. And all the streets changed names. They're all Irish names over there, French names over here.
It's actually English, not Irish.
Was it English?
Yeah. There's the House of Blues.
Really?
Yeah, it was Americans.
Yes, they got
It was Americans. who didn't
Really?
speak French. So they were not welcome in the French Quarter. So they settled across Canal Street, changed all the names to all the streets once you hit Canal.
And then the city spread out, and then a lot of it's below sea level. So during Katrina, this area didn't exactly flood, did it? Not like the rest of it, right?
No, it flooded up to the corner of the French Quarter, but the whole city flooded all the way across. But this being the highest ground, it's the only thing that's not underwater.
Being a workaholic who claims she's not a workaholic, it's a rare opportunity when you get to recreate with BB. Because she's always working. So she got the day off, and we were riding around a motorcycle and
Stopped by an old New Orleans tradition.
yeah, and just basically fucking off.
Everyone's buried above ground in New Orleans.
Yeah, otherwise they'd be underwater, huh?
Yeah, and get washed out and away.
Let's see. Can we go down here? Stop here anyway, because I want to take. Dr. John's family is buried here, and eventually he will be too.
That's right. Used to plant flowers here and take care of it in his behalf.
So his last name's Rebenek.
Right.
If you never heard him before.
We are about to enter City Park
New Orleans?
in New Orleans.
Yeah, if we don't get run over trying to do it.
Biggest and most beautiful park. It's full of lagoons and moss, big 100-year-old oak trees. Out today. But here we are down where they keep the horses. Down in the French Quarter, the cops ride horses, and this is where they keep them. And because BB works for the police department, we can go in. We get the horses from here to downtown in those trailers. It's a bit of a way. Yeah.
It's where they keep the police horses. I'm gonna take a little walk through. She's bullshitting with the guys. Of course, everybody knows it.
No, actually, his dad did.
Oh, yeah.
His dad did a great job.
You guys just want me to give you food, don't you? I don't have it. She's got like 3 phones and they all ring constantly.
Yeah, I bet.
Like all the time.
Yeah.
Like when I come into town, I stay over to her house and them phones are just going off all the time.
Yeah. Where you live?
Well, I travel all the time.
Oh, okay.
I'm just an old friend. I
Okay.
come in, I fix stuff. I roofed her house for her. I put the sink in her bathroom. I fix stuff for her. She does a lot of stuff for other people. It make it hard for you to do stuff for her, but I do it anyway.
Yeah.
But everywhere I go, people always talking about that, how much she's done for them.
Yeah. Like I say, yeah, with us here, I would go to look at a horse to buy, and if something's really good, and then we really can't pass it up, I'd first have to call the rank. Okay to buy this horse? Buy him. Next phone call is BB. BB, I'm looking at a horse right now. It's $4,500. Do we got it? Got it. Go ahead.
She figured out how to get it?
Huh?
She figured out.
Either she'd figure out how to get it, or she'd say, "Yeah, you got it. Go ahead. Go ahead and tell them you want it. Put the tag on it, and I'll send them a check."
This guy loves you.
Yeah.
I just tell him what the stuff that you do for us.
Oh, yeah.
Do cop save.
Cop save, right.
Take, get stuff done, get stuff paid.
Sure.
Now the cop.
Oh, Marcos, it's getting back together. Yeah. Well, yeah. Ken's
Yes.
kind of coming back to bridge things over. They just need a new board meeting.
We don't have any board members.
Okay, well, I think that will change. Anyway.
For those who wish to help support my work, I've included a donate button in the drop box below. For those who don't, enjoy the material, it's all free. I don't want to go get all commercial and tell everybody to ring my bell and subscribe and all that stuff, man. I'm just not really feeling that. But if the donations continue, I will be making a lot more videos, because it takes a lot of effort to make these things, and that's why I don't make them very often.